Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna. Now I'm going to be working with this panel today. I made this panel on LV's Handcrafted Crafty Fun with Friends live the other day. And I didn't have a chance to make a card with it. And I want to do something with it. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to just be making a card with it. Now I will link up the live in which I created this panel so that you can check it out. But I used opaque Crackle paste, and I mixed Festive Berries Distress Oxide Spray with it to create this color. And I've just cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5. And because it is got a lot of mixed media on it, it's a little bit bowed. And so I'm going to lay this fun foam, just a full sheet of fun foam, about the same size as this panel underneath it to just help add some stability and straighten it out. And so I'm just going to press it down on there real well and try to get it to where it's laid down nice and smoothly. And this panel is just beautiful in and of itself. And I don't want to do much to cover it up, so this is going to be a very quick card. I'm just going to bring in a top folding A2 size panel. And so I've got 4 1/4 by 11 laid here. And I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. And then we'll just get it folded up. And we'll begin building our card with this. And like I said, this is a quick, simple video because I do not want to cover up much of that panel. So there's not going to be much to it. So I'm laying it on here, and it looks nice with a white frame around there. But I'm going to actually bring in a darker pink that I think will blend well with the pink, the Festive Berry, and the Crackle paste that I mixed together on there, and just add a nice little border behind it. And I think it'll help it to pop. Now I've got the scrap that I cut away from the Festive Berry, and that's just Hammermill White. And I'm going to bring in this Happy Birthday Shadow and Cinnamon dye from Cat Scrappiness. And I'm going to lay my white shadow on that, or my shadow on that white paper. And then I'm just going to take the Happy Birthday section and die cut it from the underneath of this pink paper that I've got here. And so I've got my pink die cut out, and I don't want to lose that dot to my eye or tittle, and it's actually on the side of my mat there. So I'll lay it down and keep track of that. And then I'm just going to wiggle this Happy Birthday sentiment out of there. And I just did one pass with it, and I'm just going to be real careful and just wiggle it out of there and get it laid down. And then we're going to use the remaining of this panel for the background of our card. And now I'll just go and get my white shadow die cut out of that Hammermill paper and bring it in. And so now we're ready to assemble our card. And I mean, this is as simple as it gets because I am not going to cover up very much of that panel that I made because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The crackle on it is just so beautiful. I've never used that before. I opened it on the live, took the plastic off, and I used it on that live a couple times. I did a black and white card, and then I did this panel here, and I let it dry, and I thought it just turned out absolutely beautiful. So I'm just getting this panel laid down real nice and trying to make sure where my cinnamon was cut out that I got it laid down nice. And I'm taking my glue eraser and just cleaning up the little bit of glue that I got on there. And I'm just going to lay my panel right down there on that darker pink cardstock. And I've got a little bit of the fun foam peeking out there, so I cut that away. And I'm just going to line this up on there nicely. And I'm kind of just bending it, getting it to where it'll lay flat. And I'm just going to put a good amount of glue on the back of this fun foam so that I can get this laid down on that base. And I'm just squeezing it out and trying to make sure I get good coverage because I want this to be flat. So I'll just lay this down on the card base. And then I'm going to bring something heavy in to set on it because I feel like I need There's a little piece of that fun foam there I was pulling away, but I feel like I need some weight to just really adhere this well. So I grabbed the closest thing I can see near me, and it is my Misty. And so it's got a pretty good weight to it. So I'm just going to lay it on there, and then I'll start working on my sentiment. Now I've just got to pop out some of these pieces that are in there in the B and the A. And so I'm just bringing in my little pick tool and just popping those out. And I'm wiping those away, and I almost wipe that tittle or the dot to my eye away, and I pull it back in. And then I'm going to grab my tweezers and just add some glue to this happy birthday sentiment, and I'll get it laid down on that white shadow base, and then we'll adhere it to our card. So I had a lot of fun on that live that I did. It was a stenciling live in which we were stenciling stuff. And so the stencil that I used to create that background panel was a Gina K. I'll link it in the description box below so you can check it out. But I don't stencil very often, and I found that I probably need to a little bit more because I had a lot of fun with it, and I created a lot of background panels that were really pretty. So that's something I need to do more frequently on my channel. Now, I've been in a little bit of a creative stump lately. And that slump is what I meant to say. And that it just seems like everything I create these days, I'm like, ugh, I don't like it. I've been redoing videos just because I've been on the struggle bus. And so tonight I just decided to do something very simple that I thought would be very beautiful by using that panel and just adding a simple sentiment to it and just letting that panel shine and be the focal point of the card. So I'm just laying the dot to the eye on there and cleaning up a little bit of glue, just pressing it down really well. And it looks really pretty. I love the font for that happy birthday. It's very, very pretty. And I've got my panel hopefully glued down well. And I'm just going to place my sentiment on there. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And I've got a spot on there that I want to clean up. So I'm going to bring in that glue eraser again and just get a little bit of glue off of there because I want this to really look nice. So I'm just going to rub that glue off. And then I'm going to bring in some foam tape so that I can pop it up and just add just a little bit of dimension to this card. And we'll get this foam tape on there, and then we will get it laid down on the card base, and we will have a beautiful birthday card. And I'm going to make sure I have plenty on there because I don't want this to bend or sag or anything. So I'll just get it adhered to that. And this will just about finish up our card. And I think that I did this in about 10 minutes. I actually edited a little bit out, and so it's a little bit shorter than that, but it was very quick. So I'll just clean up my desk area. I'm bringing in my bone folder. You see me do that a lot. I'm going to lay my Misty back down on there just to make sure it presses well. And then I just run my bone folder over that tape just to make sure it gets good and adhered to the sentiment, and then I'll adhere it to the card base. And some of the backer sheets actually roll up as I press on them. It makes them really easy to pull off. And I'm just grabbing the ones that didn't curl up and pulling them off, and we'll get this laid down on there. So I'm not one to use these paste but I'm going to start because this is absolutely beautiful. Just love the texture on there. Got that happy birthday down there, and I've got a great card. So thanks for watching. I hope you like it. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.